in digestive system that there is a biliary tract, and we today discuss about biliary tract. Biliary tracts mean which organs are involved in that. First of all, our liver, biliary tract. Which organ involved? First, that is a liver, second gallbladder, and third pancreas. Liver, in Latin language hyper, weight that is 1.5 kg, 1.5 kg, and width that is a 15 centimeter. 15 centimeter means 6 inches. Liver is divided into two main lobes, which divide the liver into two main lobes. That name is ligament falciform. Which ligament falciform? Then I show you. That is our liver, that is a falciform. It means that falciform ligament falciform divide the liver into two lobes. Two lobes, it means right and left. Right lobe and left lobe. Left lobe. Right and left. It means right and left ligament falciform. Two lobes, and which have superior of our liver, there is a diaphragm. It means it has two surfaces. One that is known as, it means there on superior side of the liver there is present a diaphragm. It means surfaces, two surfaces. Two surfaces, one known as diaphragm, and second known as visceral, which have diaphragmic surface. It means liver goes to diaphragm, to diaphragm, and which have visceral, that it means to organs, because organs, you know that there is a inferior side gallbladder, and also there is a duodenum part of small intestine, and which have left side there is also present a stomach, and in the stomach which have inferior side there is also present a pancreas. Near about there is a spleen. Go to that. It means two lobes, right and left. Why two lobes? That it divide, which have ligament falciform, it divide the liver into two main groups. Groups name right lobes and left lobe. On the superior side there is present a diaphragm, and inferior side there is a visceral layer, and diaphragm, it means two diaphragmic, visceral, it means two organs, which have our right and left lobes. There is also a how much segments. Now discuss about the segments of liver segments. It means liver segments. Liver segments, how much? 8 segment. How it will be division? I show you that. Ligament falciform, which divide the liver into 2 lobes. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. How it will be working that in clockwise? What it's mean? I make again that you have not confusion in that. If I make there, it will be a confused, you will be, and it's mean that working clockwise. Not be anti, clockwise working. These falciform, it divide the liver into 2 lobes, but in right lobe it means it has 2 lobe, second and third. Yes, these are present in the second, that is they are present in the left lobe, but it take a blood supply from left lobes. That's why they include, which are I first and fourth, include in the first right lobes. Now that is our first liver segment I make there, that you have no confusion. First, that name is caudal. When it will be a word that caudal, it's mean back. That is present in the left lobe, but that is present in the right lobe, but these are present in the back side, not be show at anterior side of the liver. Caudal first, second, that is known as, according to anatomical position near at central line, it's mean medial. It's mean medial, left. Third, that is also show that in lateral side, because that is away from the center line, near a center line it's mean medial, away from the center line it's mean lateral. It's mean lateral, and lobe which is, that is a left lobe, left, which have that to fourth lobe. It's mean that is near at central line, it's mean ligament falciform.
Подожди, это дрель отключить.
Где?
Дрель.
Это?
Да. Шум. Дает же.
Ага.
Вот это отключим. Пока посидите.
Mhm. 3. Then which have been third, it's mean away from the central line, that is known as lateral, but side is left lobe of liver. Now which is fourth lobe, that name is just medial, because that is the middle of the liver. Now which have been, which is I, that fifth lobe, that is line that is inferior side, and that is also inferior. Its mean side is right lobe, its mean medial but inferior. There is a difference between that medial and that medial. Medial inferior because near at center line, medial that is just medial, that is medial inferior, and which have sixth, that is lateral, away from the center line according to anatomical position, away from the center line, its mean lateral but inferior, which have been seventh, seventh that is superior side, that was inferior, its mean away from the center line, its mean lateral. There is inferior, that but is it, that is SUP, superior, which have last our segment known as medial but superior. These are our segments of liver, 8 segments. Caudal mean back, medial left, then lateral away from the center line, its mean lateral left. That is medial, which have fourth, and that is fifth, and fifth will be its mean near at center line, also medial but inferior, away from the center line lateral but inferior, lateral inferior. Now which is also include, that is away from the center line, its mean lateral but superior, lateral but superior, and that is medial near at center line but superior. These are our 5 or 8 segments of liver. Now its theory, why it will be, which have been, these are present in the right lobe, why it will be, we count in that, because they take a blood supply from left side. There is also a note. Which note? Note left lobe have second and third segment. Left lobe right lobe have right lobe, its mean first, which have caudal, and fourth right lobe, but it take blood supply from left lobe, so including in left lobe, while right lobe have That is our segments little bit theory that you can never forget. Now, these are lobes, now these are lobules. There is a difference between two words, lobe and lobules. Lobules mean formation of bile juice. Lobules, how its histological structure. Bile juice known as bile juice forming cells. What is that? Portal, vein portal, artery, hepatic. Same vein portal, artery hepatic, vein portal, artery hepatic, vein portal, same like that. But there is a one thing that is known as vein hepatic, that was artery hepatic. It means that is the main. How it structure its main? Vein hepatic, vein portal, artery hepatic. That is our structure of lobules. Now, how it's working in our liver, how give blood supply to liver, and how its drainage system, then I show you. You can look again because maybe you will not understand. Vein portal, artery hepatic. That is lobule structure. There is also a formation of formation cells. It means bile juice formation cells, also known as bile juice forming cells. There is present a vein, portal, and artery hepatic, and which take blood supply, that vein hepatic. Now, which is our segments, how it working, it means how its blood supply to segments, which are 8 segments. To clockwise, but how? That is first caudal, second medial left, third lateral left lobes, fourth medial, fifth, which is known as lateral or medial inferior, sixth lateral inferior, seventh lateral superior, eighth medial superior. How it's working? Known as left artery hepatic, because that is left side. Right artery hepatic, artery common hepatic. It means that is the common artery branch. It means it is divided into two groups. It means right hepatic and left hepatic. Which have right, it gives the right lobes of liver, give blood supply, and which have left artery hepatic, it means give left hepatic lobes. Lobes, it means common hepatic. That is two right and left. These are branch of artery common hepatic. According to that, it's mean it take a blood supply from left lobes. That's why known as these two. It's mean caudal and medial. It is proved. It's mean they take a blood supply from left lobes. That's why they will be included in the list of left hepatic, list of left lobe, and which have take right hepatic, that it give blood supply, take blood supply from right lobes, known as right hepatic artery. And these two are common. It's mean common. Which common? It's mean artery common hepatic branch. These are our segments, how it working. Now, how our lobules working? Ligament falciform. Just I make one lobule show you. I give a color. Artery common hepatic. It's mean right artery hepatic, that is left artery hepatic, which is branch of artery common hepatic. That is our vein portal, which vein portal, its mean right portal branch and left portal branch, right portal branch, and that is left portal branch. Next, we take a blood supply. It means they give a blood to liver. That is arrow for its mean give a blood to lobules. Its mean to give to blood liver. That is drainage. Its mean blood comes out from liver, and there is our inferior vena cava. Vena cava. That is our vein hepatic. Its mean that is right left branch, that is right branch of vein hepatic. That is our lobules function. What it's mean? It's mean one vein, its mean portal, and one artery common, its mean blood vessels, gave blood supply to liver, which have artery common, hepatic and vein portal, give blood supply to livers, to lobules, while one vein it's mean vein, hepatic, blood, enter blood, drain, drain mean comes out to liver. That is the function of artery common hepatic and vein portal. It's mean artery common hepatic and vein portal give blood supply to liver, it's mean lobules. And while one vein which have vein hepatic enter blood drain, it's mean comes out, coming from the liver to coming from the liver and enter into inferior vena cava. That is our lobules function. Now, we start there also biliary tract. Now, which is our biliary tract? Can you look that? Can you make biliary lobules function? Now, properly which have that is a biliary tract. Now, what is our liver function? The main organ in our body which detoxification of drugs, that is a just one gland known as liver. Liver, the main that function, that detoxification of drugs and metabolism, it's mean breakdown, then proteins, cholesterol and bilirubins and bile juice storage, and also it storage the food, then which are in the case of bone marrow, it makes the new RBC before also before birth, it makes also RBC and synthesize the new cells. Biliary tract, it's mean how our function, it's mean digestion which have last process, because in digestive system that in oral cavity when we chewing that food, it make a bolus, then bolus via esophagus enter into stomach, and there was a and which have diluted food, that it will be also enter into the known as chyme, enter into the small intestine. In small intestine, the part of duodenum there is present a intestinal juice. How its formations according to biliary tract, that is our liver, there is also a duct known as cystic duct, because there is present a gallbladder, cystic duct, right hepatic duct, left hepatic duct, that is known as common hepatic duct. There is also our pancreas known as pancreatic duct, pancreatic duct. That is our pancreas. Formation of pancreatic juice. Formation of pancreatic juice. Pancreatic duct, that is a common hepatic duct, its mean right and left. When it will be the main branch is that is a common hepatic duct. When it will be attached with to each other, that name is pancreatic hepatic duct. And there is present a small part of duodenum, that means small intestine, and there is present a sphincter of OD, sphincter of OD, it means that is a door of small intestine, but at the anterior side it will be not show, it is present at back side of small intestine. Which part? That duodenum part. Sphincter of OD, there enter the bile juice coming from liver and pancreatic juice coming from pancreas enter into the small intestine, that known as intestinal juice. That is our small intestine. Duodenum part. Our duodenum part, the small intestine, that size centimeter, 20 feet, its mean 6 meter length, but in adult which have digestion process in the small intestine, it is 25 to 30 centimeter, it means 7.9 or 8.9 inches, but which have digestion process there is 25 to 30 centimeter. Its actual length is 20 feet, it means 6 centimeter, 6 meter. That is our biliary tract. There is a storage of bile juice and cystic duct enter in that, and right hepatic duct and left hepatic duct, then it take a in lobules they take a bile juice and comes out in common hepatic duct, and which have pancreas there will be also comes out pancreatic juice, and which have that duct known as pancreatic hepatic duct. Common also say that common pancreatic hepatic duct, and which have duodenum part, its mean small intestine, that is a present as sphincter at the posterior side of small intestine. It open when intestinal juice and pancreatic juice comes out in the small intestine. That is our biliary tract. Next, our gallbladder. Next organ is in biliary tract, that is a gallbladder. That is known as that is our gallbladder. the superior portion that is known as fundus, that is known as that gallbladder body, and that is also known as neck. Its mean that is divided into three parts, that fundus, body and neck, and there is also known as cystic duct, and there is a hepatic duct, and that is a common hepatic duct. Function: formation of bile juice, bile juice, layers, three layers, its mean which is outside that layer known as serosa. Serosa layer, which have inside their muscular layer, because made up of muscle. Inside known as mucus, secrete the secretion, mucus layer. That is our gallbladder. Its main function: formation of bile juice, three layers which have inside its main mucus layer, second which have muscular layer, which have last, that is serosa layer. Now, in biliary tract, that is our last that topic, that is pancreas. Pancreas last last that biliary tract, that last topic, that pancreas, it has head, neck, body and tail. It's mean divided into 4 parts. In the starting there is a hepatic duct coming from liver, and there is also a common hepatic duct. Inside there is a present islets of Langerhans. In islets of Langerhans there is a 3 types of cells. First, delta cells. Delta cells, that its mean somatic statin cells. What its function? That is a growth hormones, produce a growth hormones, and which have there is a present alpha cells. It's mean glucagon convert into glucogen, then change, and it will change into glucose. What it's mean? That in the fasting condition, that help and it give a glucose to body. And there is also present acinar cells. These cells help in digestion. It means that release a digestion enzymes. And beta cell, that is a glucose, that it's mean which enter into the cells. It help to enter into the cells with that beta cells. That is our pancreas, and biliary tract, that is the last topic.